Hello everybody. Lesson M2 is to fold a circular fan out of a rectangular paper. Now let's look at the folding diagram. It is started with a letter size copy paper, 11 by 8.5 inches. Valley fold on the center line, quarter line, 1/8 line with equal spacing. Then mountain fold with equal spacing between the valley folds. This pattern will be repeated in this half. And this is the origami model. Center fold and then attach adjacent part. The result is a circular fan. This will be demonstrated in the video. Fold the paper on the center line. Fold one end to the center line. Fold the edge to the center line again and again. And repeat for the other half. Open it up. Alternate all the fold into mountain and valley and the mountain and valley and repeat the process. And we have this accordion-like strip and fold them into half. And align the two ends together and tape them. Now let's tape the other ends and align two other ends together and tape them. We have a circular fan. Can you make your origami into a circular fan? No, you're set up to see the problem. The paper used in the demonstration has a different ratio than yours. Let's check it out. Let's use another piece of letter size copy paper. Valley fold on the center line, corner fold with a marking on the edge, then make a horizontal fold and cut off along this line. Then the rectangle has two squares with a ratio of 2. This size of paper is used in the demonstration. Try this paper to make a circular fan. How do we know a paper can make a circular fan? Before we do the spatial reasoning, let's review the basics of a circle. Here is a circle with a center. The distance from center to the circle is called radius. The distance on the circle through the center is called the diameter. Let's compare them in the ratio. D over R is always equal to 2 because the diameter is always twice the length of radius. Now let's look at the length of the circle, which is called the circumference. Let's compare the circumference and the diameter in the ratio. No matter how big or small a circle is, its ratio is always equal to a special number called pi. Pi has endless digits. It's called an irrational number, but we often use 3.14 for convenience. So C equal to pi d is their relationship. If we know the diameter, we can calculate the circumference and vice versa. Now we're ready to do some spatial reasoning between a circle and a rectangle. In this letter size copy paper, we use symbol L and W to represent its length and width. The top and the bottom edge are transformed into the outer edge of the circle. The length of the bottom arch is L, so is the top edge. The fan arch has a length of 2L. The diameter of the circle is the same as the width of the rectangle. The full circle has a circumference of pi w. Now let's compare the fan arch and the full circle. The fan is not circular if the arch is shorter than the circle. The fan is circular if the arch is longer than the circle. Rearrange this condition by dividing 2W on both sides. We got a judging criteria, which means the ratio of the paper should be greater than half pi, which is 1.57. This criteria can be used to judge if a paper can make a circular fan. Now let's revisit the two papers used in folding circular fan. For letter size paper, the ratio is 1.29. It does not meet the circular criteria. For the two square paper, however, the ratio is 2. It meets the circular criteria. This example demonstrates the power of mathematics in solving the problem. Next, in the Genius Challenge, let's consider another paper, legal size paper, 14 by 8.5 inch. Can a legal size paper be folded into a circular fan? You may pause the video and figure it out. The answer will be provided at the end of this lesson. Finally, it's your turn to take on the Genius Challenge for the creativity. The first example is a half circular fan. The second example is a circular fan with different function. The third example is fan art on the wall with different quantity, size, and color. The fourth example is a fan art made into an angel with different size, quantity, and function. With this inspiration, it's your turn to create a unique art with creative thinking. Go OMG! Here's the answer to the Genius Challenge. For the legal size paper, let's look at the ratio. 1.65 meet the circular criteria. It can be folded into a circular fan.